Good afternoon. Thank you so much to be here with us. I would like to thank ASCDI for inviting me to this event. I'm honored to be here. So, my name is Marcos Dantas. I'm a sales consultant at FIS. Our conversation theme this afternoon is going to be privacy and data protection law in Brazil. So, privacy is not a new matter. In 2018, GDPR was approved and running in Europe. In 2018 as well, Brazil approved LGBT law and started running the faction last year in September. So privacy is not new, but privacy is very confusing and a complex law. Demands a lot of understanding and experience to be there. So what that changed on our market in Latin America and specifically at Brazil? So clients are demanding more control of their data. They're asking why you have my data and what you do with it. And on the other side of that coin, we have the government, the regulators approving new law and templates and best practice about privacy. All that comes with complexity. So how I can proper manage privacy and data protection? That's the problem everybody has to solve today. So what the other companies are doing around the world? According to PwC, the initial data map might take to 18 months. I know a lot of companies in Brazil already done the first data map and or otherwise are in the middle or even closing the first one. But the problem here is how to keep the data map alive and how to keep that running in your company. So doing the GDPR, what we have found is that the initial data map is not that simple, and doing that manually, it takes too much time. And of course, the National Authority of Europe already said that a management system running in Excel is not enough, so a proper documentation will pay off. But that's not only bad news. Privacy is also an opportunity. So according to a Cisco report in cybersecurity, the investment on privacy management and privacy solution could give you a ROI of 40%. That ROI is related to trust and related to transparency, meaning how much the data subject, meaning the owner of the data, understand and perceive the company takes privacy serious and take the ownership of their data and protection of their data. So that's perceivable of the data subject. It's a way to gain the trust and gain competitive insights. FIS can help. FIS has a platform called Data Privacy Manager. That platform has three great pillars. The first one is data map and inventory, and how you keep your data map, how you proper manage your data map, and how you can register all your processing activities. The second one is the more explicit part of the law, so data subjects right management and consent. And of course, you need to reply to your data subject in a specific amount of time. You need to manage that, then so you need to control that. And the third part, how I can assess a third-party vendor or operator, and how I can automate that assessments. How can I start my first DPIA, how I can control it. The idea of FIS is to be the accelerator. So with using our platform, running these three pillars, you make the life of DPO or the privacy committee much more easy. So the first pillar, how I can keep an inventory of all my processing activities. So in our platform, we can have the processing activity with the business unit responsible to that processing activity and the legal basis attached to it. Meaning in a single panel, you can understand why you have that type of data, where you use it, and how you can have the legal basis to use it. So the DPO on the privacy team can look at the part of the system and say, hey, that's why I have this data. So the process is controlled and you keep the evidence running with you. So by the time data service request or even authority request for evidence. You can show that you have a process that is controlled, you have all the data subjects running and understanding what the company does with their data. The second part is a more explicit part of the law, as I said. So the subject data rights is a way to control every data request, every data right request from a specific customer or specific data subject, and relate that to the processing activity that data subject is involved with. Meaning, if I have an employee asking for a right, I will know that's an employee, and I know that all the employees take part on a specific processing activity. So I know what I have from each employee and how I can manage it. So I can control the SLAs to reply to that data subject. And if I'm running, for example, multiple tasks, I can understand and have a gap analysis of how much time that task will take, so I can reply in a specific SLA amount of time. Okay, so the third part, how I can assess my first DPIA, for example, or how I can do a readiness assessment in a specific new product, or even how I can assess an operator or a third-party vendor or even a partner. So using our solution, we have templates from GDPR, CCPA, and LDPD that can be leveraged for the company, so they can edit that template, they can add his own template, or schedule it as a new assessment for operator or for partner. For example, in Brazil, most of the companies start the journey to LDPD contracting a consultants company. So that consultants normally have his own templates of assessments. So I can use that template on the platform. So you can start a new assessment using a specific template, not one that is already provided by FIS, but a specific template, and you can run it and control in a single point of view. That's the power of having a solution that understands privacy. Let's recap. So FIS Data Privacy Manager has three key parts. There are three key parts I would like you to remember. So data map and inventory, subjects right and consent, and the access automation. With that three parts, you can address most of the articles on the law and can gain velocity and agility to your journey to LDPD. So FIS Data Privacy Manager, we can call it Privacy Resolved with the three key pieces that I just explained to you guys. So data map and inventory, subjects right and consent, assessment and automation. So who is FIS and what we do? FIS is the biggest fintech in the world, considered by IDC for the first time in the world. So IDC understands fintechs, a company that have revenue, 60% of the revenue, 67% of the revenue, direct focus on the financial market. So that is FIS for the fourth year in the row. We are divided in three key parts. Merchant solutions, they are all the solutions we have regarding acquiring, and our latest acquisition, that WorldPay, is the biggest acquirer in the world. So all these type of solutions are under merchant solutions. Banking solutions is our core. That is where FIS was born, on the core banking, and all the banking solutions are there. And the third part is capital market solution, that all the solutions related to stock markets, to management of money and money movement, for example. We say that we are powering the digital era in our customers. A little bit of our numbers. FIS is now at 52 countries already and growing. We are a company with 55,000 colleagues. We have already 20,000 clients around the world. We move money around $9 trillion on the globe. In Brazil, we are known for a card processing business, and we manage and process more than 1.3 billion cards around the world. So we have a lot of experience. FIS is a company of 52 years already, And if you take this interesting part is that we serve 90% of the top 50 largest global banks in the world. So we are a big company and we have a lot of experience in this market. All right, that's it for this part of the webinar. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be here available to take any questions you have, and I hope to see you soon on the networking part. Thank you very much again. Thanks ASCDI. Thanks the companies who sponsored this event. Stay safe.